So on this call today, I'm going to give you guys the one system that always works. The next thing that I'm going to give you guys access to, right? I'm going to give you guys update on what's going on within our community, which is Smart. Okay. What's going on with Smart right now? I'm going to coach you guys up and bless you guys with that, right? So starting this call today, I'm going to go over, guys, the perfect system. Okay. This is a moment for you right now to take notes. Okay. Super great moment for you to take notes. And I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share the whiteboard. And if you guys have questions, ask them in the chat box. Don't unmute yourself. And if you guys have questions, feel free to ask them. I'm here. Okay? I'm here and I'm willing to help you. Any questions that all you guys have. All right? So this is important for you guys to be able to participate with me, because if you're participating with me, you're going to be able to get the fruits of this. So one of the biggest things I've done on calls that have helped me throughout the years is this. Okay. What has helped me throughout years on calls is when I'm watching a call and I'm listening to a call, I like to pay attention and I take notes and I rewatch the recording, right? On this call today, there's going to be some stuff that's going to hit you guys, right? Some stuff that's going to make sense. There's some stuff that is going to make you think. Those things that make you think on this call, those are the things that you really want to write down. Okay. The stuff that really hits, the breakthroughs, those are the stuff that you really want to jot down. Okay. Perfect. So on today's call, let me know if you guys can see the whiteboard. Oh, I didn't mean to click on that whiteboard, but it's cool. So this is the system. The system that always works. Okay. Now, this system right here is very unique. You probably heard this system before, but this is the system that always works. First, it starts with 3 pillars, right? It starts with what inspires you to move. Okay. Only you know that. But I'm going to jot down and work down some things. What's the mode that gets you to work? Okay. Number 3. So what's the mode that makes you work, right? One second. All right, cool. I'm here. Right? What's the mode that gets you to work? Which, in other words, is how I operate. Okay. Number 3, it's one of my favorite ones, which is the knowledge of the activity. Okay. Which, in other words, mean what you must master. Okay. Is this making sense? Drop a make sense in the chat box. Right. So I'm going to start with the first one. The first one, okay, is, says it right here. What inspires you to move? What inspires you to move? Okay. Some of us, we have a why. Who has a why here? Drop a why in the chat box. Now, if you don't have a why, drop a 1 in the chat box, right? if you don't have one. It's okay if you don't have one. But I want to define why. You see, why for me, it stands like this. Okay? The why for me equals will hurt you. What is something that hurts you the most right now where you're at in life? What is something right now that hurts you the most in what it is that you're doing? What is it? That's your why. You see, my why is my family. Most of you guys know my story. Most of you guys don't. You see, my mom and dad, they couldn't raise me when I was a kid. So what happened? My dad's twin sister adopted me and brought me here to the US, brought me to the lands of opportunity. That if you're Dominican or you're Spanish or any minority, you know that the US is the state of opportunities. They brought me here to the US. I could have been any delinquent. I could have been anybody you could think I could have been. But I decided and I had knowledge. I had wisdom. I understood. I was like, yo, bro, I have an opportunity that could really change my whole family's trajectory. But let me tell you something. You have control over your life, but you also have control over your future. But if you don't have a why, what are you truly living? You see, your why will hurt you. Your why is what you need that's going to drive you. Your why is going to get you to point A to point B to point Z in life and business. When things get hard, your why is what pushes you. Who's here with me? Drop some fire in the chat box if you're here with me and you understand this now. Now, you should let your own situation and your why inspire you to move. If you're at right now, it's about to be 2026. 2026 is right down the corner, bro. 2026 is right down the corner, sis. So your why should be like, yo, am I happy where I'm at right now? Some of you guys are living a great life. Some of you guys told me, yeah, I got problems. That's good that you got problems because you have solutions to your problems. A lot of people are like, damn, bro, I'm taking L's after L's. No, it's a lesson that you're taking every single time. But it's questions that you need to ask yourself. What really inspires you to move? It's your why. And if you don't have a why, you'll sit down and ask yourself these 7 questions. This is what I think my why is. This is what inspires me. Why does that inspire you? Okay, that question, you put it down. It inspires me because of this reason. Why does that reason? Why does that reason? Why does that reason? Ask yourself that same question, why, 7 times, and you're going to sit down and cry. It's the 7 levels deep of your why. That's another training for another day, right? But the first step into a system that never fails is this. What inspires you to move? Your why, right? But then you got to ask yourself these real questions. What are you reading right now? Because what you're reading is what's reading you. Are you guys reading right now anything? Drop any books that you guys are reading right now in the chat box. You see, right now, I'm reading the truth every day, which is the Bible. And right now, I'm reading, a lead generator. How to develop more leads in my business. That's what I'm reading right now. And I'm about to pick up a book with this group, which is called Leadership Book. That's a great book. That's one of the top books is Leticia dropped. The great leaders ask great questions. That's fire. But if you're not reading nothing right now, we're going to read a book together. By the end of the week, I'm going to give you guys a book that we're all going to read together. And you're going to read it on your own. And then in the chat, we're going to share. Because the same way that I'm sharpening your axe right now is the same way that you and I should sharpen our axe together. Make sense? Right? But what are you reading right now? Because if you're not reading nothing, you're reading yourself. Okay? Next question is, who do I surround myself with? Super important. Next thing, who do I follow? Who do I admire? What do I want to achieve? Most of you guys right now, if you're on a 90-day run, drop a 90 in the chat box. Angel knows this, and I'm not picking on Angel, but Angel knows this. 60 days ago, we decided, guys, to launch this group, launch this community. Angel saw there was only a few of us in the group chat. And Angel saw it was just him and I jumping on the call every single day. Boom, boom, boom. Look at today, bro. We got 6+ people on the call. It's a blessing, and there's more to come, right? But I tell you guys this, I'm not building this community with no experience. I have experience, but I decided to build this right now because I decided that I was playing short with my why. You see, I asked myself a real question that you should ask yourself. And this real question is this: what is something that you used to do and you stopped doing and you should have continued to do? That's the real question I asked myself the last 6 months. And God delivered at the right perfect timing in August. And he told me, you used to coach, you used to run this. Who here right now has gotten some answers, at least an answer that they've been seeking for? And just being here with me for the last 20, 30 minutes. Who here received an answer just by being on this call? Drop a 1 in the chat box. Right? Look at that. That's the God-given talent that he has given me. It's not me. It's him. But he gave me this. What was something, KD, that you used to do and you stopped doing it? Why you stopped doing it? And continue to do it, bro. It was this: hosting calls, running my podcast. Guys, I have a podcast that I launched a year ago. It's called Drop the Sauce Show. We were in 30 different countries in less than a year of me just talking to people just like this, how I'm talking to you. And I stopped it because I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. I was 1 foot in and 1 foot out. My life was going so fast that I needed just some isolation time. But ask yourself that question. And the last question you should ask yourself on what inspires you is this: how do I build a burning desire? How do you build a burning desire for what it is that you want right now? You ask yourself these questions on what inspires you to move, and you're going to have an answer. Right? Number two in the system that always works, right, is this right here. Number 2 in the system that always works. Okay? Number 2 is this. What mode, okay? What's the mode that gets you to work? You may have that question, you may have that answer. But what's the mode that gets you activated? Right? And there's a difference between this, right? Motivation dash inspiration. A lot of people get motivated. After this call, you're going to be motivated. You're going to make the phone calls. You're going to be in the group chat. You're going to go make the polls. What's up, bro? Right? You're going to get motivated after this call. But this is the difference. You don't need me to motivate you. You should let your own situation inspire you dash activate you. Make sense? When you have inspiration, no matter how hard things get, doesn't matter what comes to you, inspiration doesn't last a minute. You see, motivation lasts a second, lasts a month, lasts a week, lasts a day. But then you go outside and the world hits you, then you're not motivated now. Right? But inspiration lasts a lifetime. It's something that's infinitive. Infinito, right? It's something that doesn't go away. So what is that really inspires you? And these are questions that you ask yourself to really inspire you, right? That gets you to act, that gets you activated. Is you asking yourself personal questions. Am I humble? You see, if you're not humble, you're gonna get humble, right? Do I get offended easily? Super important for you to know this. You know why? Because I read this book one time. It's called The Compound Effect. And this book talks about to respond instead of react. On this call right now, if I'm saying something that's hitting you, like you're feeling offended or you're feeling a type of way, it's because I'm healing you. It's because if it's burning you inside, if it's hurting you, it's because I'm disinfecting you. You don't even know it. But there's a power in the tongue. There's a power how you say things. Am I humble? Ask yourself that and write it down, right? Why am I giving you guys this? The system that always works because we're all stepping into a season of abundance. We're all stepping into a season of leadership. We're all stepping into a season where we need to be the examples. We need to be polished. And we don't need to be polished. We need to be in the best shape of our life, spiritually, mentally, physically, and financially. Because 2026 is here. I'm in that a month ago, I was in that 2026 mindset. Today is month number 2 of 2026. So some of you guys is November, but for me, I'm in it's February right now. That's how I'm moving. That's how I'm acting. But you gotta ask yourself these deep questions inside so you can what? Heal yourself. Because you have this is a shadow effect. You have stuff behind you that you're carrying, and that's why it's not letting you move forward how you really want to move. Is it making sense, guys? Yeah, it's hitting. Talk to me. I see you guys very quiet and cameras just looking at me like, oh, coach. If it's hitting, talk to me, right? Ask yourself, am I humble? Do I get offended easily? Do I think I don't need anyone's help, right? These are things that are very important. These are just things that will get you thinking, like get you moving and will give you ideas, right? Next one, am I teachable? It's super important for you to know this because if you're not teachable, how are you gonna be able to learn things? You're not understanding this right here, right? What habits do I have? It's important for you to know what you have so you can bring to the table, you can move forward in this new season that's creating, right? And from this, you're gonna have good, you're gonna have bad, and you're gonna have things that you're not sure if they if they are good or not. Super important, right? So, what is the things that are good that you have of your habits category? This is the last question I ask you. I read, I meet people, I prospect, I meet new people, I exercise, I stay committed, I save money, I get mentored, I make my bed every single day, I shower, I brush my teeth, I'm always dressed nice, I'm comfortable, I'm smiling. Those are good habits. You have probably a list of millions of habits, right? What are some bad habits? I'm lazy, I'm always late, I'm always gossiping, negative, reactive or toxic, impulsive, foolish, always joking around, not taking things serious, inconsistent, bad eating, bad habits. You always look at everything, you're like, no way. You don't believe. You're always on that down energy. Those are bad habits. Bad habits that you're not sure about. You're always partying. You're always super emotional. You're in love. Family's always first. You see, these are what I'm telling you is super important. I'm in love and family is always first. Why do I share that with you? Right? Because sometimes we have the excuse that we say, oh, I was spending so much time with my family. That's why I didn't get X, Y, and Z done. You see what I'm saying? When you decide and you're committed to changing your situation, you got to sacrifice some family time. You're in love. You're in this, you're in that. Being in love and being in a relationship, having a girlfriend and a boyfriend, It's sometimes good, but it's also sometimes bad because you hold yourself back sometimes from what you really want to accomplish. That happened to me at the beginning of my relationship with my lady. But that's why it's important and set. A lot of people tell you, you probably hear this a lot. Be careful who the partner that you pick because that partner could bless you or that partner could crush you, right? My lady saw that I was spending so much time with her and doing so much with family, that I was lacking in my business a little bit. And my lady set me down on a table just like this, where I'm sitting right now in my office. A long table. She set me down legit. Was like, yo, look, I gotta have a real conversation with you. I love you. I appreciate you. I have so much love for you, but I need you to do X, Y, and Z. Nothing changes until nothing changes, KB. She kept it a buck like that with me. I was like, sheesh. Right now, if you have a partner, you don't have a partner, that partner not keeping it a buck with you, you need to be the one that keeps it a buck with them if you see a future with them. And my lady told me straight up how it was. She plain and simple, just like that. And guess what that did for me? That showed me that not only she sees me for what I bring to the table, but she sees the future that we have together. So me talking about bad habits and good habits, not sure if these are good habits, relationship and family, sometimes it's a punch, right? There is family time, but you also got to understand you have goals and priorities. Prioritizing. Make sense? Awesome. Number 3, and then I'm gonna go into some other stuff with you guys. Number 3, okay, and I know I'm going pretty fast, is because I want to be, I don't want to take too much of your time, and I want to be able to deliver what it is that I have for you guys today. Okay. Super important right here. Knowledge of the activity. What do I mean of knowledge of the activity? I mean what you need to master. You see, one of the things, guys, I'm talking to mature entrepreneurs here today, right? Drop a mature in the chat box if you're a mature entrepreneur, right? What do I mean mature entrepreneur? That I could tell you something and you're not gonna take it personal, please, right? Drop a mature in the chat box, right? Because I don't want to say something to you and you guys are like, damn, coach, right? Now, I also want to ask you this question. Drop in the chat box in the comments how long you guys been in your entrepreneurship journey, because this part right here, you guys could take it the wrong way or you guys could take it the right way. Or you guys could be like, I'm not there yet in my business, or I'm not there in my journey yet. You see, in Chosen 2.0, the community that we're building, guys, it doesn't matter where you're at as an entrepreneur. And I want you guys to understand this, right? This is outside of the investment that you made into Smart. Okay. This is one-on-one mentorship you're getting with me, right? You're getting to pick at my library. I told most of you guys, like, yo, I'm a library. You guys said, what you mean, coach, you're a library? I said, yo, just open it up and you could read it, right? Why? Because I have a lot of wisdom and knowledge that I have learned throughout the last 7 years. I've been an entrepreneur, guys, for almost 7 years now, right? 24, I made the decision to be like, yo, you know what? I'm done living this life that I was living, playing short. And mind you, I got 3 degrees: minors in teaching and coaching, a bachelor's degree in criminal justice, and a minors in business, right? I went to school for 7 years. 7 years I dedicated to college because I was a college athlete. I played at 2 different colleges. I got a D1 full scholarship to go play basketball and baseball. Freaking my second year of college, I got kicked out of school because I was drinking and smoking and partying, right? So I got kicked out of school. A coach gave me an opportunity in Auburn, yeah, it was Concord. No, Auburn, Maine. They gave me an opportunity. Central Maine Community College now is a D2 division college that it turned into that when I got there. And I transferred from there to go play to New Hampshire College, which is called SNU. And I played there as an Ivy League school. Super amazing college. That's where I finished my degrees. And that's where I actually launched my first business, right? I had actually had a club there. I had a hookah bar. And that was I was an investor in the hookah bar as I was in college. And then I went back to college, finished playing. And then I opened up my first business there, which was my clothing brand, e-commerce. The first business that made me my first 6 figures at the age of 24, going into 25. Actually, the first business that I went bankruptcy in 2020 when COVID happened. I lost everything. I made 250,000 in sales, around 170 thousand in profit, and I lost everything in 2020, the pandemic. And that's when I learned that I needed to shift. That's why I asked this important question as an entrepreneur where you guys are at, right? So since 2020, I've been like just on go, right? Why I say I'm going into 7 years, because before that, I had my little businesses with the hookah bar, the clubs, right? I was I was a pharmacist at that time as well. Most of you guys know what that is, right? But some of you guys don't. But that was like in the world that I was in, right? So I was always hustling. I would always find a way to make it out. But I decided to become become more legit, become more legal, right? Legal, right? So I decided to really focus on things, skill sets, development, and coaching, and I fell in love with leadership. I fell in love with guidance. I fell in love with coaching, and that's what got me to where I'm at right here today. Okay. So this part right here, and I thank you guys for sharing almost 2 years, a year on and off for 4 years, right? So most of you guys right now are in the journey that I call in the markets, right? And I'm gonna draw this right here. Most of you guys, who here knows about trading? Who doesn't know about trading? And it's okay if you don't, right? But what I'm gonna show you right now, okay? The market goes up and it goes down. Market goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down. Right? Now, this is called an uptrend, correct? Because it's on the way up. Now, even when you're going on a downtrend that you feel like, I'll tell you this straight up. Look at your life in a bigger time frame. Why? Because your whole life you've been on an up. If I ask you right now, Yana, 2 years ago, where were you? You're going to tell me nowhere near to the information, the person I am today. Correct? Leticia, same thing. Right? Leticia, same thing. Same with you as well. Malaysia, same with you. You look at it a year ago, where were you? You were probably like hesitant to take this action, but you did it. Congratulations. Right? But look at it in a bigger time frame. There's always a low, right? And if you want to know trading, guys, we have trading experts in our community. We also have myself, I have a community as well in trading that I'm doing. And this is stuff that we're bringing into this community too. So tap in, right? So there's a low and there's always a high, right? There's always a low, there's always a high. There's always a low, there's always a high. Low, high, low, high. Now, the most important moments in any business and in anything that you guys do in any journey is your low, right? Your low is when you start to master a lot of great things, right? When you hit your low, and even when you hit your highs. If you hit your high right now in the business that you guys are running, have you hit a high yet? Drop it in the chat box. Drop a high in the chat box if you hit a high. But if you haven't hit a high, drop it. Even if you didn't, drop it, because I'm manifesting it for you that you're going to hit that high, right? But look what happened in your low. What happened? You're planning. In your low, you must master something to move forward. Now, within this, I'm going to share something with you guys, right? Because most of you guys come from a community that you were partnered up with me, and you saw that that community, we had 400 active members. Now you're looking at this community, you're like, okay, KD got 7 months building this community, building smart, and he only has like 15 people, right? Be honest with you. Honestly, I have 2 months building this community, right? And everything takes time, but this time around, I'm building it different. But this time around, I made one decision, and the decision I'm gonna share here with you guys. The decision I made is called this, right? What does this look like? Right? This right here, what does it look like? Drop it in the chat box. And this is very important. I hope you're taking notes. Stairs. Yep. This is called my method. 10 steps ahead. As a leader, as a mentor, as a CEO, as a business owner, you always want to be 10 steps ahead of who? Everyone, right? It's just this is the same thing with this right here that I'm breaking down. Why you always want to be 10 steps ahead? Why do you always want to be 10 steps ahead, coach? You see, anytime I'm selling something or I'm working on something, I tell people straight up where I'm at, where I'm going, what I'm doing to get there, who I'm doing it with, and why I'm doing it. Then I ask you the magic question. You willing? Come with me. Everybody in my community, 400 plus members, I told them where I was at. I told them where I was going. I told them what I'm doing to get there. Who am I doing it with? Why am I doing it? You will come with me, yes or no? Straight up. It's a step sense ahead. And this key is super important for you and I to learn, which is what? Knowledge of the activity, what you must master. This is what you must master. In anything that you're doing, you should always have a transformation plan. What's a transformation plan? A system. If you sit down today and you apply the system that never fails, you're going to transform a plan for yourself. Yes or yes? Most of you guys already have a plan. Most of you guys already have a system. Most of you guys already have a 90-day decision. A 90-day decision that you guys have made. But you need a transformation plan. You need to master your transformation plan. You need to master sales. Why do you need to master sales? Because sales is what's going to get you to where you want to go. It's going to get you ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. Is going to get you paid. You need to know how to get paid. Next thing that you need is leadership. In anything that you do, guys, you need to be able to have leadership. Because if you don't have leadership, you don't have nothing. You need to know how to be able to lead yourself first before you can lead others. That's what leadership is all about. Leadership is not what you could do. It's what you could create. Someone say sheesh in the chat box because it's true. Sheesh. It's true. Leadership is not what you could teach. It's what you could create. I'm telling you right now, and I see this vision. I see six-figure earners coming out of here in the next 6 months. But you got to believe it. Angel, he could tell you right now he's working on e-commerce. He's working on TikTok shop. If you guys need that sauce, Angel is someone you guys want to tap into. Right? We have a crazy, amazing student that just joined our community. She has digital products. Receiving the kachins. You know what I'm saying? So there's so much more value. Yeah, I could go on with everything that you guys do, but these are just some of the tops that came to my head. Is like, we're growing a community here in Chosen 2.0 that you guys are going to get pillars, blueprints of little things that you guys can be able to apply into your day-to-day life, get results, start getting income, start making money, right? But you need to have what? A transformation plan. This is what you need to master. You need to master sales. You need to master leadership. You need to also have a network, okay? Network. Because your network is your what? Net worth. Some of you guys know that. Some of you guys didn't know that, right? You also need to understand to network with people, right? One of the leaders here, her name is Yana. She's always going to networking events, right? Why? Because she has a business. She's a walking billboard. You got to be just like that. You got to be a walking billboard. You got to walk with your business. You got to walk what it is that you bring to the table and go network with people. Go tap into their energy. Go tap into their information. This right here is like a live event right now. Make sense? This is like a live event right now. You're receiving information that's going to improve your situation. It's going to improve your business. It's going to improve your vision. So you need to be able to have a network, right? That network is going to turn into your net worth. And network with people. Go to networking events. The next thing that you need to master is the economy. You see, it's important for you to know the economy. It's important for you to know the 4 seasons. What's the 4 seasons? You got fall, spring, winter, summers. And every season has a different what? Economy change. It's important for you to know that. You guys that are tapping into sales, tapping into selling stuff. Next thing is your finance. This is important, guys. I didn't think that this was so important, but this is important. Your finances. It's important. You need to know and have a system where you're putting your money to, right? That's why some of you guys made an investment into what? CoinNet Plus dash smart. So you have your money working for you. Finance. You need to find a system. You need to know where your money's going. You need to know how much you're going to make a month. You need to know, okay, I'm making 10K a month. Bet how much is that divided by 30? How much do I need to make a day? How much do I need to make a week? And if you don't have that structure like that, we need to tap in. That's why I created Chosen 2.0. You see, in Chosen 2.0, you get a 24-month plan. For 2 years straight, your money's working for you, and you're getting an X amount of money. That's the ticket for you to get into here. Once you're in this hub, what happens? Monday through Saturday, you're tapped into a one-on-one mentorship call, getting value just like this. Think about it. If today I didn't send you this link, or today you didn't even feel like joining this call, you would have never received this information. If it makes sense, it makes money. That's why you're here, because it's making sense. Later, you're going to have a community of hundreds of people, 100 people in your community, all women's community, all men's community, all this, all that, all moms, all dads, all single this. Like, it's going to be a movement, but you got to believe it. You got to see it. And these are some things that you master and you teach them. So if you haven't mastered these yet, you're going to start to master them. Next thing you need to know is that technology. Guys, the technology is changing just like the time is changing right now. Right? Super important for you to know this. You need to understand the technology, the technology. You need to understand the technology, where it's going, what is happening to the technology right now. You need to also understand and master the environment, because the environment is going to be conducive to your growth. Super, super important for you. Super, super, super important. Next thing you need to master is public speaking. Some of you guys think that you're going to speak behind a computer, faceless, AI. Like, no, bro, you need to go public speak. The world needs to hear your mouth, your value, the wisdom that you have, bro. You need to share this. 2026, I'm planning on doing a Chosen 2.0 event. All of us are flying out, promoting for this event. And we're all going to have hundreds of people at our event. Public's like, we're all going to speak at these events. That's what I'm setting in stone for you guys. But you have to be able to see it. You see, you got to be the light where there's darkness right now. Right? Next thing, super important. It's called the human behavior. You guys master this, which is knowing the human behavior. Knowing the human behavior, you guys will master sales. You guys will have sales, abundance of sales in your business. You need to understand this biggest secret that I'm going to tell you. Humans' behavior. There's a lot of people that have a lot of money, but you need to give them a bigger reason to know how to spend it. You give people a reason to spend money on you, you guys have crazy amount of sales. That's the human behavior. Think about it right now. Anybody that's in your life, your brother, your mom, your cousin, your friends, whatever, your boyfriend, or if he's not on the same time as you, people you know that right now are stuck, lost, confused, don't know how to get out of this box, are stressing about Christmas and holidays and this and that. How many people you know? Drop them in the chat. Drop a 5 in the chat box if you guys know at least 5 of those people that are going through that. But you have a system, you have a community, you have a business that you can help them with. And you know, guys, look, I told you guys this on this call, and I'm going to share it here again. I asked God this question. I said it right here at the beginning. Oh, shoot, where is it? Right here. What is something that you used to do, KD, and you stopped doing and you should continue to do? I asked myself that question, guys, right there. And I was seeing my friends, I was seeing my family the same way I'm telling you, who are 5 people you may know that are stuck right now and don't know what to do. Yo, that hit me like a ton of bricks. Like it was making me so uncomfortable because I have so much value and information to bring to people, but because I didn't want to share it, I saw my people go through a lot of hard times. And I'm here right now in this moment to fix it. That's why I'm doing these calls. That's why you feel like, damn, here are all the answers. That's why you feel peace. That's why you feel confirmation, alignment. You feel right now like everything is just, yo, I'm activated right now because this is the time that I'm here right now, guys. I understand the human behavior. I understand where my circle is. I understand how the world is moving. I understand that people need this information and I have access to it. But I need to get them and give them a bigger reason and a bigger realization so they could be like, damn, I need that. Is it making sense? Because if it makes sense, it makes dollars, right? If it makes sense, it makes dollars. So if this was value for you right now, drop a value in the chat box, just on fire, right? And I'm just gonna give you a quick summary of what is it that I wanted to get to you on this call today on the system that always works. It's just 3 simple things, 4 simple things. One, this system will work for you. This system will never fail you, right? Two is a reason for you today to get inspired, to pick up where you left off, or to just add more fire and more wood to your fire. Number three is a discipline of way of acting, creating new habits, creating a new attitude, because your attitude will determine your altitude or where you're going to go next. And the next thing is knowledge. You see, it's knowledge and mastery for you to do your activity. Because sometimes, right now, with the skill sets that we need to master, you may not have certain skill sets that you're like, yo, I need that. And you need that so you could go far into your business. You could go far into your journey. Guys, this is our 7 years of experience. And I'm just giving it to you right here today. Easy, right? If this makes sense, like this video, drop it in the comments. And I would love to hear your feedback.